there's a chance you may be searching MLS the wrong way. Many people think prices are still higher than they should be. And maybe they are, but the MLS search goes beyond just price and type of home, which is the general search that most people will do when they're looking for a property. What's my budget? What type of home do I want? But if you want to break it down a little bit more, I'm actually going to show you on our end on MLS 5 search criteria that will really sniff out the good deals for you, the desperate sellers, the ones where you will definitely be able to negotiate the most on and get the best deals. Some of these search criteria you won't be able to do on your end, but you can ask your realtor, or if you don't have a realtor, you can let me know and I can help you out with this search and we can make a strategy together. I'm Athar Jaffrey. I've been selling real estate in Mississauga and Toronto and the GTA for 20 years, and my goal is really just to make the buying and selling process simple. So let's get right into it. 5 search criteria which will help you get you the best deal. All right, so we're in MLS, and as I mentioned, there's 5 search criteria that you can use to try to get the best deals in this market. And the first one is bank sales, power of sales. People think that these listings are on a separate database or some separate system, and they always ask me, what about bank sales? Well, basically, if they're within your search criteria, like price point, type of home, area, they will come up in that search result, but you may not know it's a bank sale because how we know is the seller's name. So what I'm going to show you here, we'll just do this for Toronto, is if we go here, and so this is a search criteria, a search field that you wouldn't have on your end. You would have to ask a realtor specifically to do this. And we're going to go to seller's name. So let's go here. Let's see if it's already there. It's already there. So we'll go to seller landlord name and we're going to type bank or power of sale or TD or BMO, RBC, Scotia. Okay, so there are 93 results. So if I click any of these, whatever, let's just go to this one here. So you can see here, 81 Triple Crown Avenue in Toronto is listed at $865, and the seller is Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. So bank is selling this. They've taken possession and they are selling it. And usually these bank sales, they are sold as is. You're negotiating directly with the bank. So there's no real vested interest by the bank, but they still are not going to give it away for free. So there is a little bit more room to negotiate as it's not their property. Generally, these bank sales, they're not in good condition, the home. That's why you can get a better price. I mean, think about it this way. If someone is not able to pay their mortgage, they probably aren't able to upkeep that home either, right? Because they have to pay other bills. They need to survive, whatever the situation may be. So for the most part, these bank sales, they are not in the best condition. And you can try to negotiate with the bank and hopefully you will get a good deal. The second search criteria is days on market. You want to negotiate with sellers that have been sitting and struggling. So that's a very simple search. All you would do here is go to days on market. Let's see where that is. Right here, days on market. And we will do a minimum of 30 days. Let's see how many search results come up. 2,373. That's because we haven't done any other criteria, but let's even go 60 days. 1,095. Let's see what's been listed for 120 days. 193 results. These guys need to sell. They've tried for 4 months and they haven't been able to sell, right? So days on market. So number 1, bank sales. Number 2, days on market. Let's go to the third criteria that we have. And that is vacant homes. Homes where the owner is not living there. There's no tenants living there. They're not Airbnb-ing out of there. It's vacant. So it's just an empty house and they are paying and nobody's actually taking advantage of that property. So they also really need to sell. And that's a very simple search. We would just go down here to occupancy and go vacant. There you have it. 1,200 homes in Toronto that are currently vacant that are for sale. Okay. And then the fourth search criteria that we have is price change. Now, this is a peculiar one because sometimes you'll see price changes where the price has gone up, and that's because they have tried a bidding war date, an offer date, and it didn't actually work. But there are going to be several price changes that are actually on their way down. So that's a very good search criteria to look. And how we do that is we just go here to status and we go PC. So out of the 4,300 and change listings, 843 of them have done a price change. Okay, so some of them, as mentioned, the ones that have tried offer dates, if it didn't work, their price change will be higher because they're now listing at a price that's more room to negotiate downwards rather than trying to start a bidding war and get above asking price. But many of them, they have adjusted their price down $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 because they need to sell and their original price wasn't working and they're not just going to rent it, they still want to sell. Okay, and the fifth one that you can try is also an occupancy, but it's not a vacant one. It would be, here, let's go here, tenant. So 99 of these listings are with tenants. Let me just see if there's any other search criteria here. Oh yeah, so we got to get rid of price change. Okay, so 504 of these properties have tenants in them. Now, if you have to assume the tenant, that's something that we can talk about another day. But if this tenant is vacating, then it's probably a good grab if you can get in there and take a look. Sometimes these tenants give a hard time with showing time, so the seller is not getting many showings. Maybe that tenant has given that landlord a hard time. Nonetheless, sometimes when you're looking at tenanted properties, there are some sellers that just want to liquidate the house with or without their tenants. There is some risk involved in these situations, but for the most part, there are many opportunities with tenanted homes that you can get a pretty good deal. So imagine now you put all 5 of these search criteria together. I'm sure there won't be that many listings, but these people are in a tough spot. And maybe you don't put all 5 of these search criteria, which was bank sales, 30 days or more on the market, vacant homes, tenanted homes, and price change homes. Maybe it's not all 5 of them. Maybe you play around with 2 or 3 of them and you see what search results come up. So unfortunately, you as an end user on MLS cannot do all of these searches on your own. I hope this really helps. There are different ways to search MLS. It's not all just cookie cutter, straightforward price, type of home, and location. You can dissect the listings that are currently on the market and hopefully get an even better deal for yourself. I'm Akhtar Jaffrey. My goal with this channel is just to make the buying and selling process simple, and I hope this helps.